To explain more, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. Senator, I know you've been talking about the issue of bringing in, witnesses. I'm in favor of it. I want this trial to go on. I want to interview Chuck. I want to interview Joe Biden. I want to interview Kamala. I want to interview Pelosi. I want to interview Maxine Waters. I want to interview Cory Booker, Eric Holder. I got a whole list. Would you consider looking at my list?
Yeah, I'll be glad to look at it, but unlike you, I actually have to sit there and listen to all this. I'm hoping
that's a good point. I'm not going to be watching every minute.
Yeah. I got to listen to this crap. So I hope by Sunday or Monday the trial will be over. Here's what I can tell you: if the House managers want to call one witness, the defense is going to call all the people you named and then some. To my colleagues tomorrow, there are 100 of us. What we do today is going to make history for the rest of the time America exists. What Democrats have done is basically declared war on the presidency itself. The impeachment in the House took place without a hearing, without one witness being called, and without a lawyer for the President of the United States. You can't get a traffic ticket based on the procedures they used to impeach President Trump. And we're also impeaching a man who's out of office. When you combine a snap impeachment with an impeachment of a president who's out of office, you're going to destroy the presidency itself. I know you hate Trump, but please pull back before we set in motion the destruction of the presidency by never-ending impeachments based on lack of due process and political retribution as the motive.
The presiding judge, as New pointed out, is a guy that already declared that he's guilty. I mean, okay, I could think of a lot of countries this reminds me of. Not one of them resembles the United States of America. That's number one. Now we've learned, if you didn't have a snap impeachment, now we know a lot of this was pre-planned, plotted, schemed, people involved. Okay, that they didn't know in the week that they did their quick snap impeachment. And I do think if this is the standard, we must apply it to everybody else. Is that going to be part of the defense? I hope so.
Yeah, I think you'll see statements by politicians that are more insightful than what President Trump said. But when the founders created impeachment for the president, it was different than for judges and anybody else. It requires the Chief Justice of the United States to preside over presidential impeachments. Why? Because you don't want a juror presiding over the impeachment of a presidential office holder. So the idea that the president is treated differently under the Constitution makes perfect sense. They never envisioned going after a president once he's out of office, because the purpose of impeachment is to remove the person, not bar them from running in the future. So the whole point of impeachment is lost when the person is no longer in office. They didn't go after Nixon when he resigned for a reason. So to my colleagues here, you're about to set in motion an historical precedent that will put at risk every future president. You could be impeached in the future based on hatred, 50 hours, no witness, no hearing, no lawyer. You could be impeached after you leave office. George Washington, under this theory, could be impeached for owning slaves. We're doing a lot of damage to the country because people hate Trump. Knock it off.
Can we impeach senators? Can we impeach the sitting vice president, the sitting president, over insurrection charges based on their own words?
There is no limit to what they're doing. They're setting in motion something that is basically political retribution. It's not based on facts. They actually impeached the president before they gathered the facts. We're finding things now that would be crucial to his defense. He never had a chance to make a defense in the House.
All right, Lindsey Graham, we'll be watching, and unfortunately, they don't pay you enough to have to sit through that shift show.